And on that note, let's actually go and organize this. I already had Lisa the Painful on this list because it was the game that I had beaten when I already started this whole thing. Why not? But now that I've actually caught it on stream, these three are currently ongoing things. Lisa the Painful is a playthrough on the YouTube channel. The Legend of Bean is a stream RPG Maker game that I started, also still in Steam, so those are ongoing. And we're going to reorganize this a little bit. See if it still stands up to how I have it before. And let's get some music going, actually, while we're doing this. Just a little bonus. I don't plan on doing this every single time, but just a little bonus here. Speaking of RPG Maker, we got some Cindy's World here. But yeah, this is just a quick little thing about how I feel. This list is always going to be changing. I feel it. It's just always going to be rotating. And we're not even at... Are we at double digits? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, we are barely at double digits. We are at 9 games currently. Alright. So let's reorganize this and see how I feel about it. No particular order, so... We'll do Lisa the Pointless because that's pretty easy. That's right there. Rhapsody, a musical adventure. Technically, actually, my very first NIS game before I even got into NIS video games. Fun fact, too. Originally, what I had playing as no fan games is going to be on this RPG Maker list. Or RPG Maker. This RPG Top 100 list for me. Literally, Lisa the Pointless is the only reason why that rule was not instated. Because otherwise, I would not be able to put Lisa the Pointless. Because that's not an actual... I mean, it is a game, but it is a fan game. So technically, that rule would throw it out the list. And I really enjoy Lisa the Pointless. So that's why that rule was not applied. So... fan RPGs, that could happen now. But anyway, Rhapsody, a musical adventure. This is a really good Zelda arrangement. It's from a Zelda hack. But, this list is just going to get harder and harder to make as time goes on. But for right now... Like, I close my eyes and I picture, like, each game in one hand and just think of the pros and cons of each one. And in some aspects, I'm actually thinking about Rhapsody over Lisa, or, Pointless. But Rhapsody's a little rough around the edges, all things considered. It's a fine game, it really is, and it has some cool music and whatnot. Currently, I'm going to put Rhapsody behind Pointless. And then we're going to go on for the sequel, Little Princess. Originally, I had this under Rhapsody, but the more I'm thinking about it, I am going to put it over Little Princess, or put it over Rhapsody. Little Princess is the sequel to Rhapsody, the follow-up for that game. And originally, I placed it under Rhapsody just simply because of the language barrier. But taking everything else into consideration, I do feel like Little Princess is superior. There are a few there's a fault of the currency system and how that works, but other than that, I think it is a superior game to Rhapsody. Lisa the First. The very first Lisa and the Lisa games. I actually did a normal playthrough on YouTube with this. And, it counts as an RPG Maker game. I mean, it is an RPG Maker game, and you do have stats and everything. And there was even a planned battle for Lisa the First that was cut. It is more story-driven, and it's, again, it's got that uniqueness to it that you don't see a lot of the RPG Maker games that particular RPG Maker engine used. It was, from what I understand, inspired by Human Nikki, which is a game that's very popular from what I understand, but never played it, and don't... I know, like a couple highlights about it, but otherwise I'm in the know about Human Nikki. Right now, I'm keeping Lisa under Rhapsody. Sydney's World. Okay. Not counting the Lisa RPG Maker game, Sydney's World is so far my favorite traditional, if that makes sense, traditional RPG Maker game. And right now, I'm actually putting that over Lisa. I do disagree with their statement that Sydney's World is a good first-time RPG for anybody. I feel like there is some drawbacks with that. That really I don't agree with being anybody's first RPG game. Hilarious voice acting. King Nicholas is great. Homer and View and Smooth. I think both View and Smooth was on during that, if I'm not mistaken. I had a great time with this with the guys. It's so bizarre that it adds this bizarre charm to it. And yeah, now thinking about it, I'm putting Sydney's World over Lisa. Would I put Sydney's World over Rhapsody? No. I feel comfortable keeping Sydney's World under Rhapsody and Little Princess. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. This was actually my very first RPG game. It was designed in the West first to try to get people introduced into RPGs. And in my case, it worked. Fantastic soundtrack. I used to love this game to death. Very much so. However, I cannot deny it is a little bit dull, unfortunately. I did a traditional playthrough on YouTube on this game as well, and there are times where you can tell that I was dragging on. Of course, that was mostly on me as well, because I was trying to max level in that, which is a weird level cap in that game, funny enough. Once again, it's Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is my absolute favorite RPG series of all time as of right now. A series as a whole, yeah, I can say that. The Disgaea series comes a close second with that as of right now. I mean, heck, Final Fantasy VII and Phantom Brave are like neck and neck about which is my favorite RPG of all time. Let alone like one of my favorite games of all time. That goes back and back. That's back and forth. So, Mystic Quest. Would I put Mystic Quest over Lisa the first? Oh god, this is a good Zelda song. I mean, it's not an actual song from Zelda, but it's a good arrangement of the Zelda hack song. But, Mystic Quest. I'm gonna put Mystic Quest over Lisa. That's how, currently that's how I feel. I feel Mystic Quest over Lisa. Mystic Quest over Sydney's World. I'm thinking. Because, I mean, if you remember how this list originally looked like, you know, this is all going in different order at this point, and it's always changing. I guarantee this is always going to be changing up until, like, I plan to make this a decade-long a decade-long goal of mine to actually sit down and do all this. This is from Pew Pew Demon. That was a game I streamed. Mystic Quest over Sydney's World, or Sydney's World over Mystic Quest. How I'm feeling at the moment. Oh, so this ain't a traditional tier list. I don't know if I want to go the whole A, B, C, D tier, or just keep it in a list format. Also, you know, the text file, you know, you know, why not? Yeah, I would put Mystic Quest over Sydney's World currently. It's Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy. The music is great. Not to say Sydney's World doesn't have some bangers. Sydney's World surprisingly has some really good music in it, too. And see, now that I put Mystic Quest over Sydney's World, I'm having some, I'm debating myself. It's like, well, do I really feel that way? But, I'm more leaning towards Mystic Quest over Sydney's World right now, currently. And again, I keep repeating myself, this list is always changing. Next time I probably add a game to this list, it's probably all going to change again. Now, Mystic Quest over Rhapsody. I'm actually currently thinking, yeah, actually. That's a little bit easier than over Cindy's World, funny enough. For whatever reason. Let me actually put it there and see how I feel about it. Sometimes I gotta see it before I actually get into the inner amalgamation of my mind, I guess. I feel comfortable with that. I feel comfortable putting Mystic Quest over Rhapsody, a musical adventure. And Mystic Quest was lower on this list, too, originally, which is funny. How about Little Princess? Wow, yeah, I'm actually comfortable putting Mystic... Wow, hold on. Yeah, I'm right now. I currently feel comfortable putting Mystic Quest over Little Princess, even though I think Little Princess is probably the superior game. But nostalgia is really strong with Mystic Quest. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said before, it's my very first RPG I ever played. A lot of memories with that. A lot of time I put into that. And for some reason, I feel like there's that little tugs. Like, well, I could probably put Mystic Quest over Pointless, but no, I don't think I'm going to be that delusional. I think I'm going to keep Pointless #1 right now. ORPG. This was an interesting RPG Maker game that I did a stream on. It definitely did some things unique. It did have a unique story, a unique twist on things. A little difficult at times, I found. Like, it was made to be difficult on purpose, and... I mean, it had its own twist on the story, which was interesting, and a unique cast of characters, funny enough. Everything was default RPG Maker assets, though, truth be told. Even, like, some of them was DLC RPG Maker assets. Hey, Mega Man Me too. So, RPG Maker, let's see. Or ORPG, excuse me. I would be alright putting this over Lisa. Well, I don't know, hold on. I think Lisa's story is great. I think it's a unique little game. But ORPG is more of an RPG than Lisa, the first is. I actually thought of a debate about, like, I wonder if anybody ever considered remaking Lisa, the first, into, like, the more painful and joyful style. Like, I don't know if you can actually work that out or not. I'd be interested in seeing if that could actually be done. Heck, I might even take a look into doing that, maybe. Possibility, but I doubt it. Right now, I feel like ORPG over Lisa. Only on the merit that ORPG is more of an RPG than Lisa is. And I do like what they did with just default assets for RPG Maker. And what they turned it into. Yeah. I feel like I'm alright with that. One versus one Battle Royale for the Throne. They did this not too long ago. This is the most recent addition to the list. Very, very short. Very, very bizarre. English was obviously not its original language. Very odd. It's under Lisa. Originally, Dragon Slayer was the bottom of this list. It's in quote parentheses RPG Maker because there's actually another RPG game called Dragon Slayer, funny enough, and I'm sure there's tons of them out there. Tons of video games called Dragon Slayer. Oh yeah, Dragon Slayer was currently on the bottom of the list for a little bit there because again, English was not its first language. It was like auto-translated or something like that with some kind of bizarre plugin. Me and Homer actually streamed that together too. It was an alright time. it got difficult at points, but at the same time, ORPG was difficult too. Like, honestly, I think ORPG was more difficult than Dragon Slayer. And again, actually, I learned later on that a lot of the assets in our Dragon Slayer, those portraits and whatnot, was actually DLC RPG Maker assets that you could buy for it. So, I think I'm going to just put it one above 1 versus 1 Battle Royale for the throne for right now. Yeah, I think I feel comfortable because Dragon Slayer was more of a game and it did get some laughs out of me. However, unintentional or not. Where 1v1 was, I don't know, it was silly, don't get me wrong. 1v1 was very silly. It's short, silly. How much was that on Steam? I think I'm pretty sure I bought that on sale. It's still installed on my computer, funny enough. It came out in 2019. It's 99 cents. Okay, so I probably paid full price for that then. It's like, hey, let's make something and put it on Steam and try to make a little bit of money or something. I don't know. It was funny. Okay, let me look over this list. See if I'm comfortable with this and leave it the way it is right now. Least of the Pointless. I can't believe Mr. Quest is going higher up on the list. But currently, that's how I feel right now. I feel Mystic Quest is alright sitting at number 2 above Little Princess and Rhapsody. Cindy's World, ORPG. I think I'm comfortable with this. And I'm looking at it now. I'm actually wondering if I can actually be comfortable putting Cindy's World over Rhapsody 1. King Nicholas is very powerful. Speaking of Cindy's World, I'm telling you, that game has some bangers. Even if it's like public domain songs, it's pretty good bangers. I will never not associate the song with the zombies in that game. But see, didn't you come to the dilemma to like... Well, I was about to say an RPG Maker game over like official launch games. But then you have Least of the Pointless at number 1. Let me put it right here. See how I feel just looking at that. Another Cindy's World song. Do I feel comfortable with this? And even, I won't lie, there is some aspects of Cindy's World that I would actually put over Pointless. For its wackiness, its silliness. Mechanic-wise, no. Pointless is... I mean, granted, Pointless takes a lot of his inspiration from Painful. It's going to be interesting once I get Painful wrapped up and see where I'm going to put that on the list. But, speaking of, there's Dragon Slayer music right there, too. Which I wouldn't be surprised is some default music from somewhere. Basically, this stream playlist was like... It started out as songs from games that I have streamed. But then it just slowly just started adding songs that I just like to it. And it's still my stream playlist. Probably gonna add some more after this. Let me go over this. Least of the Pointless. Sydney's World. Yeah, and like I was saying, there are some aspects of Sydney's World that I would put over Pointless. But it's not enough to really change it that much. Mystic Quest over Rhapsody and Little Princess, I'm comfortable with. Originally had Rhapsody over Little Princess, but I think I'm a lot more comfortable putting Little Princess over Rhapsody. ORPG, Lisa the First, Dragon Slayer, 1v1. I think I'm alright with that. 1v1 Dragon Slayer might swap. One v one is a more balanced game. It's as funny as that is. See, now I'm looking over it again, and I'm just like, okay, I can swap this for this. Swap this for this. It's a never-ending battle. I don't have to be definite till the end of the decade, though. Yeah, I'm really doing this. Whoops. I'm actually thinking about Lisa over Rhapsody for whatever reason. But that just must be because I've been on such a Lisa kick this past year and a half. Oh, that's a game I haven't played or thought about for a little bit. Death Hangover. But is it right to put Lisa that high up? After, like, putting it over Rhapsody? Just because of, like, out of all the games on this list, Lisa is the least RPG-ish. But I technically still count it as an RPG game. I don't know, it's just more because of its ties connected to the other Lisa games, or if it is really because of, oh, it was made in RPG Maker, so obviously it could go on the list. And it's gonna happen for sure later on, what I consider, what I qualify as an RPG for my list and what don't. Even some people disagree with that. I mean, this is, at the end of the day, my personal list. This is not like the be-all, do-all list. Oh, God, no, I hope not. I'm alright with this. For right now, I'm alright with this. I need to get back to doing some Lisa the Painful videos. But these three games we are currently in the works, and I might actually go back to them next time I stream, actually. Because at the moment, I can only stream PC games. I gotta look to see if I can Facebook like capture card. Yeah, I'm comfortable with this list right now. Hopefully next time I look at this, it's probably not gonna be a while before I actually stream myself making this list or working on this list. This is just kind of like a spur of the moment kind of thing. Also more Mega Man, but yeah. Before I move on to more RPG games, I want to finish up everything I have started streaming. And by that technicality, these two RPG Maker games qualify for that because I did start them, and I do want to finish them. So, more than likely, I'm probably going to start streaming those. Unless I can get my capture device work, then it'll be Superman Returns, for sure. Unless Homer's unavailable, and then that will be going to... Probably, once again, probably one of these two, because I kind of want to go ahead and get my RPG list to 10. But yeah. That was a little sort of a moment thing, but thanks for everybody who came out for the stream, even just for a little bit. Come check out and see what was going on in the worlds. And thanks to everybody who catches the YouTube replay afterwards. Yeah. Here's to hoping Lisa the Pointless Monster update comes out pretty soon. In fact, so soon, in fact, that I'm going to open up a tab in my Firefox engine and gonna put Lisa the Pointless, and I'm gonna see that it was released during the stream. It was not. Okay. Okay. That's gonna be it. Thanks all, and have a pleasant day.